All right, Taurus, welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we're going to take what works and leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, check your other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So we're going to start off with the Botanical Inspirations deck for some botanical inspiration. We'll move into a more traditional tarot spread, and then we'll put a little exclamation mark at the end with the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle deck. All right, what do we have here with these botanical inspirations? Let's see here. What do we have for Taurus this week? You might be hearing some things in the background. People are home. All right, any other things for Taurus? Anything else? One more? No, okay. We got one. Apple blossoms. Wow. Choices, knowledge, and illumination. White are the flowers of apple tree that bring us fruits of fertility. Choices, knowledge, illumination. Understanding things, seeing things. There you go. I don't think I've ever pulled that one. All right, Taurus. Let's move to the Golden Tarot. We got overall vibe cards that jumped out here. We have Four of Swords, rest and recuperation. In this Four of Swords. So it's resting up, and there might be some preparation for some future thing. So rest, recuperation with the Four of Swords, that's an overall. And then we have King of Cups. We have emotional maturity, being sort of zen with a lot of tumult going on around you, people freaking out, and you're just... this is you. You're just chill. You're taking your emotions. You're not suppressing them. You're not... I want to say over-expressing them. When I worked in law, we tell our clients, don't exaggerate and don't minimize. So you're not exaggerating your emotions and you're not minimizing your emotions either. You're just floating here. You're solid. You're very emotionally solid while there's a lot of shit going on around you. Probably because you took a nap. That's what I'm thinking. I think you take a nap and you wake up all like, I can handle this. I can deal with this. It's probably you're dealing with everybody else in the zodiac here because there's a lot of swords and a lot of kind of intense readings going on this week. We'll see what Taurus comes up with here. So Taurus, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. The swords are like trying to tell me, they're like, we're not that bad. There's only 4 of us that are bad, but there's the whole spread of good swords, because you've got 3 swords here, but you got nice swords, good swords. I mean, this one doesn't look like a good sword. In your recent past, you have this 10 of Swords. This is the end of a painful situation, but it ended. And it's in the past now. The dawn was coming. Everybody ran out of swords to stab you in the back. This dog was here. He was gonna eat you. You were done for, but it ended. It's over. You're probably on some sort of now you're in bed taking a nap, recovering from this crazy, painful situation. Maybe words were said, maybe there might have been some gossip or verbal abuse or just overall painful situation, but it's over now, and that's in the past. Now you've got a new painful situation. Just kidding, just kidding. You've got the Ace of Swords here. We've got the Ace of Swords. So a new idea, an epiphany, a clear understanding here. It kind of changes everything. It changes the dynamic here. It feels divinely guided, just a new beginning, new idea, new epiphany, understanding, and maybe even new communication here. And that's where you're sitting right now in your current situation. In your inner landscape, your hopes, fears, inner landscape here, this is the Queen of Cups. This is someone this is you. You are trying to understand your feelings, understand your emotions. Maybe you're reflecting back on what happened here, and you're trying to understand it. You're hoping for love, possibly hoping to offer somebody love. You've been journaling this out. You've been really thinking about how you feel about things. How do you feel? I like that we have the Queen and King of Cups here. So this is you being all zen, and this is you like really delving into your feelings and your emotions and really getting in touch with how you feel about the situation. You may be actually a little worried about that and not really wanting to go there, like how you felt about this situation, or you could be really eagerly doing it. It is your inner landscape, so it could just be what's going on. You're really like, how do I feel? This thing happened, it's over. I've got some sort of epiphany, some sort of new idea coming in, some sort of new understanding. I feel like you did this Ten of Swords, then you took a time out here, and this Ace of Swords came in, and with a new beginning and new ideas, and you're really thinking about how you feel about it. Maybe, yeah, journaling it out, talking about it. You're focused on your feelings, though. That's the main thing. And then we also, oh my gosh, we have an Ace of Wands here, 2 aces. 2 aces and 2 fours. So we have the Ace of Wands. So this is feeling inspired, feeling an inspired new beginning, a new project, something like that, but it's in reverse. So you're not feeling very inspired. You may have gotten an epiphany that kind of changes everything, but it doesn't have you getting out of bed yet. You're not very excited about it, or something here, there's some sort of inspiration isn't hitting. It's not very exciting. You maybe don't know what you want. You're trying to figure out how you feel, but you maybe don't know what you want. You don't have this, you're not feeling very ambitious, maybe. A new beginning, a new project, a new passion. It's just not here. Yeah, I'm just feeling you're very uninspired. You were hoping to be inspired by this Ace of Swords. This clear understanding should have lit a fire under your ass and made you excited. And you might be a little confused by why you're not so excited about this new idea or this new inspiration or this new epiphany. And you're trying to figure out, I don't feel fabulous about it. Why? What's going on in my heart? Why don't I feel fabulous about this? Feeling just very uninspired. In your environment, you have Temperance. So this is something's getting worked out in the environment. It's taking some time. Things are getting blended. This could be ideas needing to blend. I'm getting an idea of like fusion cuisine that sort of is in the making. She's the bartender too, so maybe you're at a bar, or hopefully not, because I just don't understand. That's my cat. I just don't understand. Yeah, I mean, the crappy decisions I've made in bars, and then I'm supposed to like have a mask on. I'm very certain that would not last for very long if I went to a bar right now. So anyway, so she's your bartender. So you might be at a bar. She's mixing things up. She's your mixologist. She's your drinks. She's got the bitters and the simple syrups, and she's mixing them all together and bringing them into something more palatable. So this is just time. This is some sort of situation going around you where there's an adjustment period going on. People are getting used to something. Maybe you're getting used to this new idea, this new way of doing things, and it might be feeling a little weird or a little awkward at first and not very exciting and inspiring. Maybe you're adjusting to sort of having had this history, you're getting used to, okay, yeah, that happened. That really happened to me, and you're adjusting to that. So that could be the case. There's just sort of some sort of adjustment or something kind of getting worked out, people getting used to each other maybe. It could be like people, getting used to each other's vibes and how to relate and how to get along and that kind of thing. But things are coming together. They're just taking their sweet time to do it. And then in your to-do list, I love this. In your to-do list is your High Priestess. This is a very spiritual card. The High Priestess is a spiritual card, and here she is as Pope Joan, a 3rd century female pope, who was stoned to death when she went into labor, and they discovered she was a female, her and her newborn baby. So how's that for pro-life for you, huh? So Pope Joan, High Priestess here, though. She's, I didn't realize there were paintings done of her. I'd been aware of her for several decades now, but I didn't realize there these Renaissance paintings of her. But there's something uncontrollable here. There's something mysterious and uncontrollable. Like she's got this leopard on a leash. Like you can't train a leopard. It's not the dogs here. It's the cat, right? And it's spiritual. So I think you're supposed to be just kind of asking questions. I think this is exactly what you need to be doing. Asking questions, developing a spiritual practice of some kind that's going to be very grounding for you, and with the understanding that you're never going to fully grasp something. It's never going to fully be revealed to you. In some ways, this is my highest faith card. I mean, it is a spiritual card. So it is a high faith card. It is about... the book is closed. There's nothing you can read here. Here you have an open book, but I'm also seeing that this book in reverse, this would be a closed book, you know, where you're not reading something. You're not able to it's not clearly coming in what you're supposed to do here, you know. And then here we again have another, almost, I think this is like, this could be the same closed book here, locked, sealed. The answer isn't going to be obvious. It's more in searching for the answer is what you're supposed to do rather than finding it. You're not going to find it. You're not going to be able to tame this beast completely. You're not going to be able to have the clarity or logic on something. It is important to explore it though. But I do see you developing a spiritual practice because look at how zen you are right here. You've got your cup, you're solid, and you've got your cup. And a spiritual practice like meditation is really going to help get you there to that level of power and emotional stability. So this card is all about there not being an answer, there not being correct answers. This is more an exploration, a spiritual and intuitive exploration with no clear answers. I think this epiphany came in and it was a nice clear, this is a clear, sharp answer. This is almost a clear, sharp question. It presents the question. Maybe there wasn't even an answer to be had here, but it just comes in, a realization, a communication that's so clear and changes the dynamic that you're not going to get that kind of clarity here. Your job, your to-do list is simply to explore and your intuition, your spirituality. That's it. You're not supposed to find an answer here. There's no answer to be found. It's just an exploration. The journey here is more important than the destination. So you're supposed to be doing some sort of inner work, inner journey, or just exploring and asking questions, but do not expect an answer. The important part is in the asking. And a future outcome here, something that might be coming up for you. 4 of Coins, focusing on work, something that's going to be taking, it could be anything, it doesn't have to be work, but something that's going to be taking up your time to the detriment of other people and other relationships and other things in your life. And there's always these stages that we have to go through. Everything takes up an inordinate amount of time at different times, right? It's just got to be juggled. Like a newborn baby takes up a lot of time, right? A new job takes up a lot of time. Going to college, it's a limited time period. So this is just being very focused and needing to remain focused on something almost to the exclusion of other things. And it is very concrete and very work related. So it's interesting that it's coming right after this High Priestess card, which is such a spiritual, intuitive card, and then following sort of these questions and this open questioning of things comes in this focused work. So you may be finding something there, and then this focused work it's sitting here right in between this reverse Ace of Wands of not feeling very inspired, but you are kind of in this 4 of Coins, and it's right underneath the Queen of Cups, trying to figure out what you feel and what you think. And it's right to the right of the High Priestess, which is your intuition and your and just asking questions and figuring things out with no expectation of answers. So it could be a lot of inner work going on here. almost to the exclusion of everything else, you know, working on your spirituality, working on your meditation practice or something like that, almost to the exclusion of other things, or working on your inner, all the inner work, you know, it could be just a time to focus on that for a while. Because that would also be this Four of Swords, taking time out from a lot of activity to heal. And I feel like this is healing right here. I feel like this Ace of Wands can get turned around. You know, this is really focused, working hard on your spirituality, on your psyche, on your inner life, on your intuition. So I think that this could be, this Four of Coins, usually I want to say it's work, but it could just be spending time in an inner practice here, right? In this rest, because these are both fours. So there's just a lot here. And then we have this King of Cups, we have this Zen. There is so much like psychological, inner and spiritual growth going on here. And I think it's going to be your focus coming up here. All right, Taurus, let's move to the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. Oh, this could not be more clear. I love the clarity that just came out. Oh, and also we had choices, knowledge, and illumination. This is definitely talking about, you know, illuminating something. It's not talking about clarity. It's not talking about answers, but it is talking about shining a light in there. Knowledge. I think we're talking about self-knowledge here. And this is just the card I would have wanted for you. So I really love this card with this reading, especially because, you know, I think you're in serious recovery from what happened here. Maybe you're finally looking at this and this painful thing that happened, and maybe you'd had it buried, and maybe you've seen that you need to deal with this, that it's wreaking havoc in your life, something that you kind of forgot about or buried or didn't want to deal with, because you are definitely going deep here, journaling, meditating, really focusing on your own health and well-being and finding this Zen King within you, pulling that out, developing that Zen King. And this card is perfect. It's called the Strength of You. Are you doubting your ability to heal or recover? There is nothing that has fundamentally damaged your spirit, your will, or your heart, no matter how broken those parts of you may feel at times. They have only ever been broken to heal stronger. They may not have been broken, they have not been broken beyond repair and never will be. So Virgo got this exact same card, kind of more externally focused, but this is definitely talking about you kind of working on healing something that maybe happened before, has happened in the past, and you doing that work on that. So, all right, and I feel like this can be healing too. This Temperance card is sort of adjusting, healing. You know, when we tell our stories, when we tell them over and over again, especially they start to integrate. So I feel like this is like some psychological integration of some part of yourself that you may have been separated from, or may have distanced yourself. You may have distanced yourself from this experience and intentionally not remembered it, buried it very deep. So this is integration. This is bringing that more out into your psyche, and understanding it is just part of who you are now, and part of your life story and what happened to you, and part of your journey, and just integrating that more into who you are, instead of being sort of a walled off thing that we don't touch or think about or talk about. So, all right, Taurus, I hope that that's helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments and subscribes. And yeah, you've got some really fascinating work here in front of you. So I hope you can find the time to focus on this inner work and this integration. All right, have a great week.